Hello, once again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. Now, in this video, we are going to outline our new book. Now, right as we speak, we have 16 books outlined with the help of our prior research. So, if you're looking for a way to outline your book in 5 minutes, this is probably not the book, the video for you, honestly, because it takes time to outline the book, even with the assistance of ChatGPT. You need to do your research. You need to have the plot of your book down pat. And you need to have so many aspects of your book um, going for yourself. So right now, I'm in the process of writing my first book out of the Our Viron Friends series. For probably will be about 20 books by the time I'm done with it. I have another book that I'm currently working on that I started it back in 2010, 2011, and that book is called the Kush Book Series. I have about 37 chapters of that book written, and when I get some time, I will be back to that book because I have so much information written that it's time to release the book, sometime in this 2024, right? What am I waiting for? So the Elvira and Friends series would take years to release all of the information that I have, even with the assistance with AI. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to go ahead and get ready to um, do an outline. I have all of my information set up, what we're going to do to the book, who may appear in this book. Um, it's just so much going on. So the name of this book would definitely be Elvira and Friends, Gus and Roxanne. All right. Now, Elvira and Friends, like I said, is a book that I have started on. I mean, that I have some context that we will dive into. So let's go ahead and share our screen. Let's share our screen. So if you don't know what ChatGPT is, I'm using the free version and I'm using a plugin called AIPRM. And this plugin is a writing and well, it can help you write. So you can download this plugin. They do have a free version. They do have a paid version, just like ChatGPT got a free version and the paid version. So in the aspects of what we're going to do, the title of the book is going to be Elvira and Friends, Gus and Roxanne. But if you pay attention, just to show you in hindsight, I have another book called Elvira and Friends Presents Proteas and P-Funk. So I have different books that falls under the Elvira and Friends genre or the writing style. I have a total of 21 books that's going to be ready to rock and roll. So let's get back to this book here. So let's give some backstories of all of the characters that will appear in this book. So I have all of my information written down. All right. So the main character, even though is Gus and Roxanne, is the main three characters in every book is definitely Elvira, of course, because she will appear in this book. But for now, let's go ahead and um list our the aspects of Gus. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write here. Here's Gus. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. All right, here's Gus, one of the characters that will appear in this book. All right, so let's write about all the aspect of Gus, of what he has going on. All right, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. Okay, so in the mythical city of Prairie Falls, which actually has some characteristics. Gus shares a close bond with his cousin Roxanne and together they're navigating. Okay, so that's not what we want to do, but it is part of the book. All right, so let's go ahead and write some aspects of um, Roxanne. All right, so what I have done is I have have all my characters placed in one area, and that is so important because when you have all of your characters in one area, then you can go ahead and get your book together. So let's go ahead and look for Roxanne. Um, I know this may seem a little boring, but guess what? This is the process. When you are writing, is sometimes um, it's not about being exciting. It's about learning. Here's the backstory of Roxanne. All right, here we go. So we putting everything. She's from Vari Shadow, niece of Dracula, cousin of Gus. Don't get along with Gus. Wants to represent the family of Hall of Tears, the vampire government. All right. So now what we're going to do is write their protector birds. All right. So Roxanne protector bird is Serenity. All right. Roxanne's protector bird is Serenity, which is an all black owl. Owl. And Roscoe is a black crow, and he's Gus's protector bird. All right, so we putting all of the characteristics of what's going on in the story. All right, so Roxanne is actually from Vari Shadows. All right, let's get here. So you got to put all these characters in there first. You don't want to not have your characters in there because it's not going to work. All right, so Elvira is from Southtown Village. Crystal is from Uriah City. All right, so we're going to put Elvira in here. And the three main characters on every book that I'm doing is Elvira, Crystal, and Amber. Those are the three main characters. And you got to put all that stuff in there because if ChatGPT don't know anything about your characters, how can they help you outline the book? Right? All right. All right. So let's go ahead and put that there. So these characters would definitely appear in this story. All right. So one thing I need to write so ChatGPT can understand your writing is, let's see. Okay, so we have serenity. All right, so a protector bird. All right, Roscoe, Serenity, and Miss Bluebell are all protector birds. Okay, so let's write this so the story can, have some understanding. All right. All right. So let's take our time to see if ChatGPT got everything right. For example, um, Roscoe finds companionship in Gus finds companionship in Roscoe, a sleek and intelligent black crow with feathers that shimmer like the night itself. Roscoe is not your average bird. His sharp beak and keen eyes exude all an air of cunning intelligence, making him an ideal protector of Gus. Roscoe's bond with Gus goes beyond the superficial. As a guardian, he possesses an uncanny ability to sense impending dangers and warn Gus with a series of cawing and calls. The duo shares a solid understanding, navigating the twists and turns of their supernatural adventures. So it's going to be things that you have to clean up, but let's go ahead and keep listing some of the characters that will appear in this story. And the next story is this is something that I wrote, and this is called a console. A console means construct soul. A console is a former person who had their soul removed from their body with the power of magic. And for the soul to live, it has to be placed in the tangible object. So Jackie, right, is a console. And Jackie is a console. All right. So let's write these two here. These are both consoles, which is Kenya, which is a magical book, and Jackie, which is a personal assistance of Elvira. So both of these characters will be consoles and they will appear in the chapter. All right. So when you see here, Crystal's book, Console of the Water Goddess, nestled with the forbidden section of the mystical city of Ura. Kenya Crystal Book is no autorated tome, it is a console. So I had all this stuff already pre written. So you got to understand when you're doing your book, you need to have all of this stuff pre written, constructed before you take it to ChatGPT to have it out there. All right, so Jackie, a formidable console, is not merely a no, she's not a book. All right, so Jackie is not a book. So we need to fix this. Jackie is a purse. All right, let's see if they fix it. See, so when you ask it to fix it, as you can see, Jackie is a formidable console. It's not an ordinary purse, but a powerful witch's trusted companion. As the right hand to the king, Jackie serves as a personal assistant and protector, wielding ancient magic with the finesse and strength. Her journey as a console began as a role as the protector of Vera, Elvira's mother, and Vera's grandmother, Evelyn. Through the ages, Jackie has remained a steadfast guardian, harnessing her magical prowess. So a lot of this stuff is true, right? So this is stuff that I wrote, I created, and okay, so let's write another character that will appear in this book, and that character is, all right, so let's write Frankie. Frankie will be a character that will appear in this story plot. All right, so you got to add all of your characters in when you're doing your outline. It's a slow and tedious process. It's not for the weak, it's not for the weary. All right, so hailing from the shadow alleys of Southtown Village, Frankie emerges as a colossal figure in the mystical landscape. Crafted by the ingenious hands of Dr. Marie, he is a living testament to the convergence of science and magic in the dark castle laboratory of misery, which is true. Among the largest students in the cohort, Frankie stands as a towering presence, his origin steeped in the mysterious experiments conducted with the laboratory walls. Created with precision and purpose, Frankie embodies a combination of extraordinary abilities and making him a force to reckon with. All right, right here, he got super strength. Frankie's colossal frame is paired with immense strength, making him capable of feats that defy the laws of nature. All right, so there's two more characters that we're going to say will appear in this, and these are friends of Roxanne, and they are, all right, gotta go up. Three more characters that will appear in this one. So one of them will be Rhonda, chubby girl. Yeah, Rhonda be one. All right. Another one will be Keisha. All right. And you want to add in, I'm going to add in Sarah the Gnome. And I think I got one more character, right? Yeah, this character here, Speedy. Okay, here we go. All right. So, like I said again, we adding all of this stuff in this block so ChatGPT can have a full understanding of the characters and the abilities that will take place in this story. All right. So let's look at the Speedy. An enigmatic town of Lunaville, where moonlight weaves in its own tale, Speedy emerges as the son of the infamous Night Terror, a werewolf who once hunted local towns before mysteriously disappearing, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. Speedy's childhood was marked by the absence of his father, who vanished when he was merely 6 years old. This mysterious departure turned Speedy into an outcast in Lunaville, his lineage tying him to a legacy that casts a shadow over his existence. Despite the whispers and the weary glances, Speedy harbors a deep desire to become a great warrior, fueled by the need to protect his family if his father were to return. And in every aspect, I put the abilities and everything like that. So now that we are getting closer to everything, let's write this. Can you provide me with a list of the characters that will appear in this book. All right, let's see if they list it. All right, so now that you see that they listed a lot of the characters that will appear in this book, for example, Elvira, Fire Witch User from Southtown Village, Roxanne, vampire with vampire teeth, jet black hair, and a blood red eyes. From Vari Shadow, Nisa Dracula, cousin of Gus. Gus, vampire, mischievous nature from Prairie Falls, located outside of Vari Shadows. Fourth cousin of Dracula, abilities, flight, mind reading, fire and shadow manipulation, telekinesis. Serenity, that's wrong. See right here? Serenity is not um, Gus's protected bird. Serenity is Roxanne protected bird. So I would fix that. All right. So Amber, magic user from Breezetown, abilities, wind manipulation. Miss Bluebear, Amber's protector, elemental protector, wind. Um, Kenya Crystal's book, console of water goddess, Jackie, console, powerful witch, right hand to the king. That should be formal right hand to the king. All right. Frankie, created by Dr. Marie, super strength, extreme durability, speed, unstoppable, lightning control. Rhonda, orphan, cookie monster companion, water manipulation, lightning control. And Rhonda, I don't believe Rhonda has water manipulation. That should not be right. Let's see. See, she has lightning, not water. So I need to fix that. So ChatGPT can get things wrong, and we're gonna fix it. All right. So Keisha, magic user, water magic user for Elemental City, abilities, water manipulation, temper control, giant wave creation, water moccasin summoning. And then you got Sarah, who's a known Clunk's henchman spy from Southtown Village, abilities, camouflage with known magic and telepathy, and speedy. So these are some of the characters that will appear. But now we need to fix this timeline right here. For example, Serenity, for example, Serenity is Roxanne's protector bird. And Keisha has, I mean, Rhonda, not Keisha, Rhonda. All right. I know this seems boring. I know some people might not want to watch it, but you can't just do a timeline in 2 minutes and think you're going to sell 1,000 books. You got to have it correct. All right. So Serenity is Roxanne's protect the bird, and Rhonda. This is the information. So now what I'm gonna put, I need for you to rewrite each character that will appear in this book, but list all new changes. Okay, perfect. Now we have all of the characters that will appear in this book. We're not done with the character department. Because remember, we don't have a villain yet or anything. So we got to come up with some villains for this story plot. So far, we just got a bunch of kids, right? So we need a villain. In the book that I'm doing, Elvira and Friends, Proteus and P Funk, which will be out this year, hopefully by next month or so. The main villain is Dr. Marie, the same person um, who created Frankie and Claudette and stuff like that. She's in that book. But what I need to do is come up with a villain for this story plot. And I have some people in mind. Um, so in the book Proteus and P Funk, Elvira and Friends presents Proteus and P Funk. This is Claudette. She's going to be the main. Uh, well, with the assistance of Dr. Marie, she's the main antagonist, the human pen doll that was created in the lab of Dr. Marie. So Dr. Marie, in a sense, is Frankenstein, right? So the monster was the monster, and then you had Frankenstein. So it's a difference of what the play is, right? So in this book, um, the main antagonist would be Vincent. All right, Vincent, he will be the main antagonist. All right, so all right, he's a member of the organization Gazar, but he also sits on the Halls of Tears. All right, what he want, Vincent wants to become the dictator of Holland Tears. And although Gus and Roxanne don't like each other, they must join forces with Elvira, Crystal, Amber, Speedy, hold up, and Frankie to well, we got others, right? We still got Keisha. Okay, hold up. Let's join. Okay, we got Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda. And Frankie to stop him. All right, Vincent is a very powerful vampire who won't stop at nothing to achieving his goals. All right. So now you gotta stop beefing it up. All right, here we go. All right, so Vincent, the ambitious vampire of Hall of Tears board member. Vincent, the central antagonist of the story, is a formidable vampire with ambitions that reach beyond the supernatural realms. As the uncle to Roxanne and Gus, his formidable ties only add complexity to the brewing conflict. Possessing significant power, Vincent has a raven protector bird named Jerome, further enhancing his influence in the mystical world. All right. Vincent is a powerful vampire with the relentless determination to achieving his goal. His raven protector bird, Jerome, serves as a loyal companion. Well, it's kind of redundant. And then you look at his affiliations, his ambitions, and his terminations and stuff like that. So now you see that the story is morphing. One of the most important things when you are doing your story, you need characters. So far, we had Elvira, Roxanne, Gus, Serenity, Roscoe, Amber, Miss Bluebell, Crystal, Kenya, Crystal's book, Jackie, Frankie, and Rhonda. Now, Keisha, Sarah, Speedy. Okay, so it's some more information that we want to add here because when you think about this, um, gnomes in my book plays a very significant role. Every book has a gnome that will appear, some type of gnome. Gnomes are spies. You know, they have a lot of supernatural abilities. They are strong. They train on Gnome Mountain. So they have a very, very, very specific aspect to the story. Also, do I want to add this character too? I don't think so. All right, so let's just keep going because there's a couple of people that I want to add. All right, so gnome magic is the ability for gnomes. For gnomes can speak to each other with the power of telepathy. So every gnome that appear in this book, that's what it's going to be. So we need to give Vincent a gnome as well. All right. So let's give Vincent a gnome. So you want to take your time. You're doing a book. You're doing probably 150, 200 page book. Elvira and Friends, Proteas, and P-Funk probably would be 150 pages by the time I'm done. That's not a small book. That's a lot of planning, right? So, all right. So let's give Vincent a gnome who would act as his spy. Who would? And let me come up with a name. Let's come up with a name. Okay. All right. I want to come up with a cool name, right, for this gnome. Because if Sarah, who is a spy, and she's being a henchman for Dr. Marie and Clunk, I want to have a gnome. All right, so let's come up with a gnome. All right. So when you read this book, Elvira Friends, um, when you read the book Elvira Friends, Portrayals and P-Funk, I'm not speaking too much about that because that book is coming in fruition. I'm just showing you how I'm outlining this book, coming up with stuff on the dot. Antonia, the gnome, Wag acts as the main spy for Vincent. Sarah, the gnome, is a henchwoman, and she's doing some spy work for Clunk, for the lackey of Dr. Marie. And Sarah is looking for Frankie, who ran away from the evil Dr. Marie. Now we need Ziron, who followed Elvira and friends to Fiery Falls. What is it? Fire Shadows. And he will battle Antonia and Sarah in this book. So I want to update my character list with my new characters. Also, we need a list of 7 other vampire names that will appear. I'm gonna say 8 because you want to have an odd number. If Vincent, other than Vincent, that will appear on the board of Halls of Tears. All right, let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Now, because Vincent will make number 9, you want to keep it odd, in my opinion, right? So far, we have Elvira, because it's called Elvira and Friends. She will be the main, in a sense, protagonist because it's her book series, but the main people that will appear in here is Roxanne and Gus. All right, so you got Roxanne, you have Gus, Serenity, protect the bird to Roxanne, Roscoe, protect the bird to Gus, Amber, her protect the bird is Miss Bluebell, Kenya, Crystal's book, Jackie, Frankie, created by Dr. Marie, but Frankie don't want to be, he don't want to be that person where he's, you know. So let's keep going. So we got Rhonda from Mungie, which is lightning rod. That's what mean, born with a metal casing around her heart, making her a walking lightning rod. Abilities: manipulation, creating lightning storms, creating lightning combustion balls. And then you got Keisha, and these are all of her manipulations of what she can do. You got Sarah. She's from Southtown Village. Abilities: camouflage, no magic, on a mission to locate Frankie. And then because Frankie ran away, you know, Frankie don't want to be a villain like Claudette. Claudette don't have a choice. And you'll read more about Claudette in Portrayals and P-Funk, but Claudette will appear in many different stories. Matter of fact, um, I'm thinking, should I have Claudette appear in this story? Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to see something. All right, just want to make sure I got the. All right, so let's do this. So let's update the character list, listen all new characters, because we will bring Claudette, we will bring Dr. Marie. She will appear in this story. Okay, so now these are the updated characters. Like I said again, I know this, I know that a lot of this stuff seems boring, but it is so necessary. All right, so you got Elvira, Roxanne, Gus, Serenity, Roscoe, Amber, Miss Bluebell, Frankie, Rhonda, Keisha, Sarah, Speedy, Vincent, Antonia, Clunk, Saran, Dr. Marie, Claudette, and then I'm probably going to play around with these names, but I'm gonna leave them for now. Those names won't be consistent. All right, so let's see this. Can we? I want to have a 18 chapter. I want to outline this book into 18 chapters. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so blindly, it did okay. All right, so in chapter 1, I want Roxanne. All right. Okay, so chapter 2. Chapter 2. All right, so rewrite. All right, so chapter 2. All right. Okay. Chapter 3. And I'm going to end this video now because this is going to take some time. Um, this is going to take some time. So I just want to put it in a nutshell to show you the power and the magnitude of what ChatGPT can do. I'm ending the video because it's almost 50 minutes and a lot of people are not going to sit there and look through it. But if you want a part 2 of this video, don't worry, I can do it. Just put it in the comments. I just don't want to sit here and just, be on camera and are interested in the video in the first place. But this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe as we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. Once again, I just want to show you how powerful ChatGPT was. And this book that I'm working on won't even come out probably even this year, because I got 16 other books already outlined that I have to write. And this already January. And this pumping out these books is not easy. It's a tedious process. You have to work. You have to put these books together. And when you by yourself, it's just not that easy. So anyways, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe. But we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. And once again, we'll see you in the next video.